Hello, and welcome back to Super Mario Mayhem. In the last video, I took on the Nintendo Campus Challenge, and in this video, we're taking a look at Mario the Juggler. So, it's been a while, sorry about that. It's been a while since we looked at the Game & Watch series. I believe the last game we looked at regarding Game & Watch was Super Mario Brothers, the original Game & Watch unit. And as you can know by the chronology that I'm going through, we are in the 90s. And during this time, Nintendo was starting to slow down on the production of Game & Watches. And funnily enough, this game that we're going to be playing is the last Game & Watch that Nintendo would make during its original run. This is not the end of the Game & Watch name, however, as there is one more game that we won't be playing until much later. You might know it is the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Color Edition that was released for Mario's 35th anniversary. But we won't be playing that until much later. But for now, this is the final Game & Watch game, like ever, that Nintendo would make. And given the name, we are just juggling some stuff around. So, without further ado, let's start Game A. Alright. As you can see, got a bomb, star, and a heart. And if you know your Game & Watch, if you know Game & Watch stuff, you'll know that the first ever Game & Watch was Ball, released back in 1980. And it basically plays the same as this game. So I find it kind of funny that for Nintendo's first and last game, they're using the same game concept. Except the last one features Mario and the first one didn't. So it's kind of funny how it starts and ends the same way. I have no idea how long I'm going to be playing this one. Probably for as long as I can last. But yeah. Other than the neat tidbit that this is basically kind of a remake of the first Game & Watch game, there's not really a whole lot else to say about it. It's just juggling with Mario. We will check out Game B because from what I've seen of this game, it is different enough to give it a shot. Which is something I haven't really been doing for the Game & Watch games, is playing the Game B. Because for a majority of them, there's barely any changes warranted to warrant playing them for this marathon. But for the last one, I say we give it a shot. Give some worth to the final Game & Watch during its original run. Alright. It's also kind of weird seeing this the Mario decal in the back. As you could see, because you know the nature of Game & Watch is that they're LCD segmented graphics. So they had to make a majority of Mario part of the background. And if you just look at it for way too long, it just looks like he's just T-posing. Especially when you turn off the system. Will the game slow down when I get to 100? nice. Wait. Oh. Yeah, there's. I'm being real that there's not a whole lot else to say about this game. It really is just juggling. Although now that I think about it, I remember in the 35th anniversary Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch, they did have a recreation of Ball as part of like a bonus game where you do play as Mario. But it's not this version, it's just like the actual, like, the original version of Ball, but it just has Mario's face on it. Alright. We'll go to 200. That'll be my goal. I don't know if there's like lives in this one. I remember in Ball you only have like one life. As in if you drop the ball once, it's game over. Oops. Yeah, there's lives. How's Toad doing? Alright. I know there's like a refresh point where it get rid. Man, I can't talk today. It removes the misses that you have in the top corner. If you get to like, I think 300, I don't know if I want to get that far. Considering that this game is extremely basic. You have to get you have to be given some context. During this time, Nintendo has made some pretty convoluted Game & Watch units. Like, I think one of the games that came out before this was a game called Zelda, which tries to emulate, which was based off the Legend of Zelda, if you could guess. Alright, I reached my score. Alright. Let's drop the ball. Or the bomb. Nice little jingle. Alright. Ooh. Let's give up Game B a try. So it looks like we have a Lakitu and a Hammer Brother. And it seems like you're tossing between... Seems like you have 4 things to juggle between you, the Lakitu, and the Hammer Brother. That's interesting. This is a nice way to build upon a basic gameplay of a ball. Just add another ball. There you go. Alright. But it's not really that much of an improvement. Okay. I've also noticed that the score is going up by 10 instead of 1. Which I think was the case in the... This really is just a remake of Ball. But it now features Mario. Perhaps this is a precursor to the Game & Watch Gallery series, where it's also remakes of Game & Watch titles, but with Mario characters. Okay. I'll go for 1000. This game is starting to put me to sleep, if I'm being honest. Wait. That was a weird setup. Black Dude and Hammer Brother were pissed at me. Alright, I reached my goal. Alright, I think I'm just going to game over on purpose. Ooh. Alright. Trying to think of how I can close off this video. Cool. Alright. So that is... Nope. Did not mean to start a new one. Alright. So that was Mario the Juggler. For Nintendo's final Game & Watch. It's part kind of cool that it's a Mario game, but also kind of lame that it's a remake of their very first Game & Watch game. But you know, you gotta end the Game & Watch series with something. But yeah, that really is it for the Game & Watch, or at least its original form for the marathon. So yeah, that's it. So join me next time, and we will play Yoshi on NES. I will see you next time.